What's going
up,
on,
everyone?
Car guys and car gals? Hopefully, you've had enough time to tag a car guy and tag a car gal. Welcome to the Car Guy Coffee Podcast. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Frelin Arts, and I'm sharing right now. So, folks, I appreciate you all. I've been out here trying to get it going. Well, we have a special guest tonight, and we're super excited. Man, we are the Car Guy Coffee Podcast, but tonight we have some car gals in here, or a car gal in here that's amazing. I say gals because she's so amazing that she's multiplied, right?
Yeah,
so she's
I'm every woman, right?
Right.
Like,
you know,
that flow.
Women in automotive are really making a huge swing right now, and they're doing things and helping dealerships grow at massive rates. What they do is they're able to bring an element that us men can't do or haven't been able to do because we don't have that influence in the stores. We try to get too masculine with our things, right? And I'm so excited that she's here. She's powerful. She's doing amazing things. I've seen her not just help her brand, but she's helping other dealerships with fixed ops. Man, the round table is really lucky to have her in it. I'm excited to have her on the show. I'm pumped up. She's been doing some amazing things. She's the marketing and advertising manager for the Henson brand. And man, if you folks haven't been watching them on social media, you guys are missing something because they're doing special things for their community, like on a daily. They're doing giveaways. They're doing fun things for their clients. They're doing fun things for their community. And they're trying to make sure there's awareness of their community. They're trying to make sure that there's awareness of their brand in their community of good things, right? That's called a legacy. And that's something that she is helping the Henson brand do. They're bringing legacy to what they're doing right now, the cause. And I love it. It's super exciting.
Speaking of making a great name out there inside of marketing, this message has been brought to you by so many incredible people inside of the industry that are consistently brewing solutions and that just love the message and love the incredible people that we are always brewing with. We are so honored and so thankful to be brewing solutions now with Fixed Ops Marketing, our friend Russell Hollywood Hill, and the rest of that incredible team are just getting started on making sure that they amplify the Forgive, Focus, Fly, and Keep Growing message. And we cannot be more honored to say that they are the people you need to call if you just want to see how much you can grow in your fixed ops marketing department, which, remember, the biggest room in the world, everybody, is the room for improvement.
No doubt.
And you talk with these incredible people. I'm telling you, you'll be inspired. You'll also be motivated to go to the next level.
Listen, we're solutionaries here. And what we do is we're trying to connect the dots for everyone. You dealers out there, you're busy. You have a lot of things going on. I mean, I talked to a dealer today, matter of fact, with the Henson brand, talking about he's all demoed out. He's been through a lot of demos lately, and when you go through those hours of it, you see a lot of great things, but it's hard to really collaborate and figure it all out when you have just too much going on. So what we love to do is we love to connect those dots for you guys, and we have those dots connected with people like Fixed Ops Marketing and Russell Hill and many others right now. You know, with 321, I can keep going. Think Ag Group.
Speaking of Russell Hill,
what's up, Russell? What's
happening, brother?
Appreciate you for jumping in today. We got Ron Garv up in this house right now. What up, bro? Appreciate you for jumping in. Timothy Wilson, he's up in here like always. I love you, man. Roger. Oh, so many amazing people. We got Charity in here too. So, and I know that we're going to have more and more guests show up as we go through this. If you guys have questions, you know, we'll try to get to them. But before we go too long of just talking about amazing things that are happening in this automotive and about our amazing guests, let's get our amazing guest on here. Let's do this. You ready?
I'm ready to get this.
I'm pumped up. Yes.
If you guys haven't heard this song yet tonight, you haven't been listening.
I told Lou, I was like, man, we play that a lot at the very beginning. So we're beating that into your brain because this is the music of the future. This is the music of solutionaries. If you want to do something different, you want to grow, get inspired by this beat. What? Get it. All right, so we got our guest.
Let's get it.
We got somebody special. Folks, get ready. Get your hands together. Get those hands clapping for our special guest, the one, the only, Cara Delaine. What's going on, my friend?
Yeah. That's the best intro I've ever had into one of these.
Well, welcome to the cafe.
We're excited to have you here. It was the least that we can do for you spending your time. I know how busy you are with your business, with you helping people, and also what you do on the side. You do a lot of things, and what you do is you have time, and that time is valuable, and we appreciate it because right now we have about an hour with her, folks, so get ready for some fun. I know she just had a long day. We're going to close it out with some great news for you guys, and we're going to start with some questions. But before we do anything,
you know what we got.
We got to get you in the club.
Show them what
you know. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to forgive, we're going to focus, and we're going to fly.
Is that on your chest?
Growing. Oh, it's right here.
That's right.
It's right here. Hold on. Oh, why is this button not one to? Bam,
bam, and a little bit of bam.
So you got to
right
forgive,
there.
focus, fly, my friends, and that's the only way that you can keep growing. What's the best way to keep growing? I shouldn't say it's the only way. It's not true. But what is true is the fastest way is to forgive everything that you're holding onto your shoulders.
Right.
All that weight of unforgiveness, all that stuff that you just cannot let go. You have to go, because if you want to grow, you can't let that hold you down. You can use it to inspire you. I didn't say forget. I said forgive, right? Use that to inspire you, but do not let it hold you down. Once you're able to do that, you're able to focus on what you want. And when you start to focus on what you want, and you're hyper, like laser focused, you can just fly to where you go. And when you're flying, you just keep growing, you keep growing, you keep growing. That's called momentum, my friends. And that's how you do it. So you ready to do this?
You ready to rock?
I'm ready.
All right, well, let's get ready to do this. So car guys and car gals, go ahead and cross your hands onto your shoulders right now. And let's get ready to fly on 3. Forgive, focus, fly. 1, 2, 3.
Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Keep growing. That's what I'm talking about, sister. I love it.
All right,
you are awesome. Now you are officially a solutionary. Congratulations to you. That's kind of a big deal in our house. So in the cafe, as a solutionary, you get a lot of privileges in this world, right? But you also get to share a lot in this world. I'm excited for you to share tonight. Wow, let's get into this 5-liner. Man, the first question we ask is the same question we ask everyone. And it's a great question. It's the best way to lead anything in life. It's with your why. What drives you? What your purpose is? What makes you wake up every day and say, I'm going to go out and I'm going to crush the day? Because I know that's what you do. So what is it?
Man, that's a loaded question. But
right?
I would say, man, my whole reasoning behind coming to work every single day with a smile on my face is because I want to transfer my smile onto somebody else. And I think that's what I do every single day with advertising and marketing. I love my job here, even though I knew nothing about it before I got hired here. I fell in love with it. And I think that there's a huge impact to be made when advertising automotive. You know, there's a lot of things that people don't know about cars, fixed stops, whatever it may be. And if I can, you know, inform them, influence them, and do it with a smile on my face, then I hope to make somebody's day every day.
I love that.
Absolutely. Wow.
I love that. And you're from Texas, grew up in Texas, right? Texas proud, Texas strong. I love that. You know, I could tell you the state of Texas is an amazing state. You all are just do amazing things down there. You're really proud of where you're from. But what I really love is how influential people are down there. You all tend, when you guys do excel, you excel at a very high level. And I love that. And, you know, I see that, you know, going through, checking you out, checking out the, you know, your background, where you've been, what you've done. You really locked it in. You're doing a really good job where you're at. You know, I see that you've, you know, obviously went to school down there at Texas Tech for a little bit, right? Wow, that's cool, man. Texas Tech, for y'all out there. What a great school that is. I don't know if you know anything about that, but yeah, she also graduated magna cum laude, and that's a big deal. Just saying. I did a little bit, right? So understand that, you know, when you do that, that means she didn't just go to school. Once again, I said she did it at a high level. That is Texas proud right there, and Texas should be proud of you. So excited to have this conversation rolling, man. Thank you for talking about the why.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And inside of that, folks, there's something that she made sure to deposit to each and every one of you, that she is focused on taking the smile that's on her face and helping to add it to others, because no matter what it is that you wear, the most important thing that you can wear is that smile. And anytime that you are pouring that out to where others are actually beginning to reflect and basically put out the same thing that you've put in, folks, that's being a solutionary. That's bringing an upshifting, uplifting type of a spirit to wherever it is that you go, and doing things in Texas like incredible people. I mean, we have so many friends that are actually out there in Texas. We just got the chance to hang out with our friend Arnold with the Petra Automotive products.
Salute. Yeah, they're amazing.
Great people.
Great people.
Impressive
I'm talking
people.
Like everyone that I have dealt with from Texas so far in this automotive, since we've taken this step into the vendor world and to just going full time, it's been amazing people, you know, and I'm excited to go visit down that state a lot more often. So you're right, man.
We're coming down.
Right on.
We're
Texas is full
when
of
we come see you, we're going to come see our friends over at Petra, and we cannot wait to just get over there and caffeinate the big state of Texas. And I mean, really, just I think even the brews are going to be bigger there, right? I think I got to get a Texas size cup.
Oh yeah, the Texas size cup is like, you know,
is a big one.
Big one.
That's
right?
a big one. Well, nice. Well, I'm excited to find this part out because we understand your why and it's awesome. And every industry needs somebody like you that's coming to it and making sure that their smile, I mean, we can spend an entire show talking about the importance of making sure that the smile gets on you first, that it's real, and then it begins to reflect, right? But I want to know, what is it that brought you to the automotive industry? What brought this car gal into the car business?
Yeah, so it's kind of a crazy way of how I ended up here. Like I said, I knew nothing about automotive when I got into this. And, I had high hopes. I graduated from Texas Tech in May of 19. And I had these huge ambitions of going to law school.
Right.
So I took a semester off after I graduated and I studied for the LSAT every single day. And I was serious about it. I was like, I want to be a lawyer. I think I'll be good at it. I have a communications background. And man, you cannot argue with me.
I believe that.
So I took the LSAT. And man, if you know anybody that's taken the LSAT, if they don't tell you it's hard, they are lying. It was a rough test. And I felt okay about it. But I was like, man, it's been a day. I was down in Houston taking it, actually, at one of the law schools down here. And I just so happened to call up an old family friend that was friends with my mom. And I knew she lived near the Woodlands. And I was like, you know what? I want to meet for lunch, want to have a drink. I just took my test. Like, let's get something to eat and catch up. And I met with her, and she was actually working in finance. She has an amazing background. She worked for Ford and everything in Tennessee, but she was working here at our Ford store in finance at that time. And I knew she was working there, but I didn't really know what she was doing. Met up with her and I told her, I was like, man, I just took this test. I want to go to law school, but I'm going to have about a semester, maybe a year until I go to law school. So I said, I'm looking for a job and I'm from Lubbock and I don't know anybody in South Texas really. And I don't really know what I want to do as a part-time job until I go to law school. But I have this education and I need the money and just,
right.
I need a job. And she told me, she said, well, have you ever thought about jumping into automotive? And I was like, I don't want to sell cars. Like, I don't know anything about that. Like, no, that's not for me. And she said, well, I work for a guy, Eric, that is looking for a girl just like you. And I was like, what on earth does that mean? And so she tells me he's building this social media presence and he wants somebody that can advertise for his brands. And I was like, okay. She texted him on the spot. I met with Eric 3 days later and he hired me on the spot. I met with him and our COO of Foundation Automotive, Chuck Kramer. And first time I'd met either one of them. And we hit it off. I was like, these are great people. They loved my agriculture background. They loved my communications background, my public speaking background.
Right on.
So I took them up on the offer. I started about a week after that. And I was like, I told Eric, I said, I will not be here long. I want to go to law school. I've invested all this time and money and taking the LSAT. Like, I'm going to apply to law school, so I won't be here very long. And he was like, it's fine. Just do what you can in the meantime. And long story short, I fell in love with automotive. I fell in love with this advertising career I built. And I never even applied to law school.
Yeah.
I just kept running with automotive, and the people here have been amazing. And what we have built advertising wise, social media wise, is second to none. And that's really why I stayed here. My family's 8 hours away. All my friends were 8 hours away. And I was this 22-year-old at the time, or 21-year-old. And I was like, man, I'm all by myself. Hopefully this works out for me. And I hit it head on and I haven't stopped since.
Wow. And you hit exactly right. I think a lot of people get into this business on accident, because no one really says, and this is what we're trying this is what almost the whole point of the show when we first started the show was for that reason, was so that people who where like career people like you actually saw light in this business. You know, sometimes you just have to get lucky, run into somebody that you knew, you trusted, that said, hey, trust me, these are good people. You should have this interview. You sit down, you do the interview, you hit it off, you find out this is gonna be temporary. I think we all said that. And the next thing you know, you're years in and it turned into way more than you could imagine.
Yeah.
You're kind of going, why did I even go to college? Right? Just saying, right? But at the same time, there's a reason.
That gave you skills.
You learn stuff there that you don't realize that you needed, right? And sometimes that happens. Like people, ask me today, hey, do you wish you started this agency sooner? I'm like, no, it started at the right time. If I would have done it sooner, it would have failed, or it would have just done something completely opposite of what I wanted to do. And I think I'm set up for it right now, just like you are. You're young, you're full of life, you have so much future ahead of you, and I'm so excited for you because you have found a lane that you can really rock steady in, right? Just get it going, and you're loving it because you always get challenged. You have new ways to grow. You get to be creative, right? Yeah. You get to be yourself. You get to help people in your community. You get to help the dealer that you work for. You get to help everybody. Right. And then you're going out doing this, just so on, so forth, just amazing stuff. And I just think that you will find that you're just a few years in now. And I can't wait to see like 5 more years down the road, what it's going to look like.
It's funny how life works out. I'm a firm believer and things happen for a reason. And obviously, I was supposed to take that LSAT and meet up with my long family friend, and landed me here. And I've been blessed, honestly.
Yeah.
And I do utilize some of my degree, sure, every day.
Absolutely.
Luckily, I didn't think I would in automotive, but it's worked out, and I'm truly blessed.
Yeah, absolutely blessed. And that's something that we want to make sure that car guys and car gals all throughout the industry are making sure to let the rest of the world know, is that you don't just have to come in and only sell cars. That's not the only thing that has to happen in this industry. There are people all throughout this wheeled into the entire flow of how this giant industry engine moves. And there's marketing departments, right? There's the leadership that you can be in. There's so many different roles that you can flow in inside of industry. It's not just taking ups, right? And not degrading, not putting down taking ups at all. I believe sales is where it's at for anybody that has that desire to make that direct communication with the customer. But going to school, you can pick up some tools, right? Being put inside of a situation where you have to learn that public speaking, learning that public speaking and helping a brand get out there is so important for anybody's marketing plans, right? They so many times it's a professional that's being hired to come in and represent who represent the dealership and doesn't know any of the functionality of actually what's happening, right? They'll come in, do their thing, and roll on out. You're able to jump in there, figure it out, and then also communicate it in a way that people can understand it and not be tainted by what it's like in the negative aspect of the industry, right? You have such a great group of people around you that you see it done from the heart. You see it led with love. You see it designed to help the community be upshifted and uplifted. Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately why it is such a perfect timing for everybody. You went through what you went through to be where you are. And I believe all things work together for the good. And now that you are here where you are, we're over here on the Car Guy Coffee podcast, and other people are getting a bit of a smile just from your story. But that's what we want people on the outside to see, is that it's not only sales, and it's not only that part of the business. You can do so much more. I'm so glad that you were told that and that you took action on it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And that leads us up right to the next question. I think that's a great setup. You've had great experiences. You had a friend that you knew, a family friend, that said, hey, listen, this is a good spot. You ran into Eric and his business partner, and they were good people. And I know that because I've had experiences talking with him too. Amazing. And I love what he's trying to do right now, and while we're going to be able to come down there and do a little helping. But the big thing is people along the way. You had your professors, you've had your parents, you've had, so on and so forth, best friends, all these things, they uplift you as you come up, right? They inspire you. They give you courage. They give you confidence because they tell you great job, or they say, hey, this is what an opportunity for you to get uncomfortable and learn something here. Along the way, I know there's been some people. Let's talk strictly automotive though. Okay. Who along the way in automotive in your time so far has really inspired you to take it to the next level? Somebody who's mentored you and showed you a way to get to the next level.
Yeah. For sure. Obviously, the first one would be my boss, Eric Barbosa,
Heck yeah.
because he thinks so far outside the box. And obviously, I wouldn't be here without him. It was his dream to create this social media marketing, this advertising that's setting the bar so far up here compared to any other dealerships. And when I walked in, I had no idea that what I would be doing didn't exist in dealerships. So Eric was forward thinking. He was, constantly evolving, trying to think of new ideas, and he's really mentored me. And,
right.
A lot of people think that I'm just a talent, or, I just do their commercials or whatnot, but I can't express how much gratitude I have for Eric and some of our other managers here for all of the knowledge that they've instilled in me and learning the automotive world and processes from front to back to be able to advertise it and sell it better. Because that's what I told him. I said, I want to learn it all, Eric. I don't want to be just your talent and this girl that looks pretty on Facebook and, talks to your viewers. I'm like, I want to learn it all. I have a brain and I want to be known as the one that knows it all.
Yeah.
I'm like, I take pride in that. I want to know what I'm talking about.
And again, magna cum laude, folks. Once again, just got to say.
And, Eric's been really good to me and helped me learn as much as I wanted to and more. But there's been ups and downs. I'm not going to lie. Eric expects so much. And the more that you ask for it, the more he'll put on your plate.
Sure.
But even the times that I wanted to throw up my guard and I wanted to get mad at him or, say, oh my gosh, I haven't taken a day off in 6 weeks. Like I'm wearing myself out. Yeah. He's constantly there to remind me, like, what's your bigger goal? What do you really want out of this life? And he makes sure I get there every single time. So Eric's been a great mentor to me. I told him recently that he was a mentor of mine, and it was like, he couldn't believe he was a mentor to me. It was so funny. And I'm like, how? I wouldn't work for you if you weren't. Yeah. But he's been amazing. Ted Ings is another one that I met along the way, and we talked forever before I started working for him. And, he's opened up doors that I never even knew existed within automotive. I knew nothing about fixed stops. I didn't even know what that word meant. And so Ted's really helped me out there and network and expose myself. And he's such an amazing guy. He's one of the best people I know. So I credit a lot of my success to Ted as well. And then, of course, Kevin and Chuck. Kevin owns Foundation Automotive, and he's been extremely good to me as well and been supportive of everything I've done. And Chuck, too, our COO. So I have a great network here and a great family with all the people that I work with. I wouldn't be where I am without our producer, my partner in crime, Courtney, that works behind the scenes for me. So I rely on this village every single day, and I wouldn't be out there on the forefront of all of it without all of them. So I know that I'm in the spotlight a lot of the time and in front of the camera, but there's a lot of people behind the scenes that might not get enough credit, and they deserve it more than people know.
That's incredible. I love the honor.
I love the honor that you're throwing out there. We feel that, and there's something special about being able to show honor and be able to really place the honor where you have it. You're going to find along the way as years go by, you're going to experience more people that are going to really be able to help you out. Folks, yes, you're right. You are way more than just somebody in front of a camera. It takes a lot of courage for one to get in front of a camera. A lot of people don't want to do it, and that's okay. A lot of very successful people you'll never see in front of a camera ever. Yeah. But, being able to do that is a special person to do so. It takes a little bit of a swag and a confidence about you. But being able to mastermind all those ideas and put it all back there and then implement them, that's a whole different level. That's genius level. And, so you are genius level, my friend. And they're very lucky to have you. And I think they know that. And that's why they're planting those seeds, because they know that you're going to fertilize those seeds. You're going to make sure they grow. You're going to bring water to them, air to them, light to them. So that one day that they do come out and you do have the best fruit that you could ever harvest. Right. And that's something that they know about you, and they feel that. And that's why you have the opportunities that you have, why you are excelling. Yes, you're going to have struggles. Yes, you're going to run into times where you're probably going to be upset with the people that are even mentoring you. Right. You're going to look at them like you don't even understand, but they do. But they have to put that in you. And sometimes I've done that with my people in my ways. I've kind of frustrated them. But I think once they sit back a couple hours later, maybe a day later, they go, I see why Fred did that. And it's very important to understand that, folks, when there's love being led first, and I believe that's what's going on with you. You've found people that love you. They truly love you, and you love them right back. It's a two-way street, and you do a great job with that. You always give back and you honor. So I appreciate your honor today.
Yes, that's definitely the way forward, folks. And one, I do love the fact that in the midst of you talking and sharing that honor, our brother Eric jumps in here and is backing you up and showing how there for you he is. Welcome to the show, Eric. Thank you so much for blessing her and speaking great about her, because there is something special about people in the industry that do take on the harder road, that do say, go ahead and pile it on my plate. Let me show you how much it is that I can eat. Let me show you how much I can devour. It's not just about making it look good. It's about getting good results. It's not just about getting the message out there. It's getting the message acted, right? So many times we can say that we want to do something. This is, I believe, one of the hardest challenges really for any dealership in any situation. It's to make sure that the experience that you market is the experience that you deliver, that the heartbeat you're saying you have is what actually gets consumed when the customer gets the chance to sip on your product, right? Gets the chance to actually do business with you. And I love that you do, of course, lead with honor. You have so many people here that are honoring you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and for encouraging her, right? They got a lot of love for you. Everybody has nothing but great stuff to say. Russell Hill, right, is making sure that he's lighting it up with love for you over here. You and Eric. I love it. I love it.
I didn't realize that you guys were working together already, which is really cool. So that's awesome that, you know, people that were teamed. That just shows you that this world, this automotive world, when it's connected, especially when they're on the same frequency, everyone's on that same level trying to go to the same place. It's fun because we all want to go together, and it's so much better rising to the top with multiple people. When you're on top by yourself, man, that's a lonely place to be. Really is. You don't even feel like you're on top. When you go up with a bunch of people, as the tide rises, all ships rise. There's something special about that. Going in, and when it's like showing up, like, could you imagine like being like, you know, the old Spanish conquistadors and they have all those ships come pouring into a port? You'd be like, oh man, this is not good. Or imagine the Vikings going into England with all their ships and they're like, hey mate, it's not good, right? So, you know,
so they gotta be good.
So, you know, it's not good. But that's special. There's power behind that. And there's something great when you show people that are doing that. And that's what's going on right now. And I love that. And I love the culture that you're part of and that you're bringing up. Understand you're part of that. You're a leader in that. So that's amazing.
Yes. And that's something that, again, all of you that are listening, all of you that are watching, all of you that are participating in any way, shape, or form are all part of that. What it is that you bring to the cafe, what it is that you bring to the table has value. Whether you are the creme de la creme inside of your class, or you're somebody that has never taken a class seriously, right? You can always operate right now inside of a new direction based off of where it is that you want to go. That's why it's so important that people get focused, right? And stay focused. No matter what challenges come to them, they get the blinders on to the things that are distracting and they stay focused on the goal that they want to achieve.
Right on.
You actually gained a laser focus on wanting to optimize your understanding of this industry. And it didn't come easy. I bet it was not the easiest thing for you. So what I want to know on this fourth question is... I've never done that before. I've always wanted to do that. Is what has been the hardest lesson you've had to learn up to now inside of the automotive business?
The hardest lesson, I would say, would probably be the time that I spend here.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot in automotive, and I don't even know anything really when it comes to it, and in my opinion, because things are constantly evolving and there's always so much more to learn. But
so smart. I love that.
There's the thing that's weighed on me the most, you know, has probably been the time, just because I'm young. You know, I'm not married. I don't have kids yet. So it's easy for me to spend all my energy doing this and building a career and building a future. But there is days that I would say, you know, my family's not here. All my friends are not here. And I don't have much free time.
Yeah.
So, but I've chosen that life for myself. And I know that it'll pay off in the long run. And I have some friends that think I'm crazy. I have some family members that are probably mad at me for never coming home. And I do miss them, and I wish that I could see them more. But, I hope that they all understand that I'm building something great here, and I have so much that I can get out of this. And I think the ones that truly love me and truly know what kind of person I am see that. But it's funny. I talked to my dad the other day, actually, and I told him, I said, my life is so different than I ever thought it was going to be. and with that, it took a lot of struggling, a lot of challenges, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and home by myself at night, like just got to get through the next day. But I wake up the next day and I'm grateful to be where I'm at. I'm grateful to see what the future has in store for me. And there's a lot more positives that outweigh the negatives, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Never
heard
that's
anybody say the time.
That's the first time, and I love that. And it's a great point in automotive, folks. That is huge. Especially being young and vibrant, like you said, having that life where the average person your age is out trying to go out every night. They're out trying to hit the bar up. They basically got to probably like a Tuesday night bar, a Thursday night bar, a Friday night bar. Everyone has their little cycle of stuff, and you still enjoy life, but you're busy right now creating something, like you said, something magical, something big, something bigger than yourself in a sense, right? And you're doing that through time, because time is the most valuable thing we all have. The older we get, the more we realize that, man, I don't want to waste time. Time is super valuable. I know I'm on that like accelerator right now. Like I'm not wasting any time anymore. I'm over it. I'm going through. I'm going to make it happen. And I know that's what you're doing, and you're doing it right. Like if I could go back to your age and tell myself what to do at that time, I'd say quit wasting freaking time. Go after it right now. You have so much more energy than you do at 40 through 43, right? Like, come on, go do it right now while you can. But here's the thing, you're obviously you're always been a goal setter, somebody who's always achieved things probably faster than most, right? You're always trying to get things done, not get out, because you understand the sooner you get it done, the sooner the reward is, right? And that's what's so beautiful. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But
we got like a crowd question.
I do. And I wanted to bring that up. Somebody, and it's really cool because you're talking about your goals and your life, and that that you're spending all this time. And there's obviously goals in the future. And that's kind of why I brought that up. You have goals. Now, Timothy Wilson says, Kara, do you see yourself running a dealership one day?
I don't think it's out of the question.
Right.
But I do think that I'll stick with the marketing and advertising aspect. Not to say, I mentioned earlier that I want to learn every single thing about a dealership, to where, if that question got brought up one day, that I would have a decision. And I do think I could do it.
I believe it.
There's a lot of things between now and then. I have a lot of things to learn and a lot of life to live before I would ever get to that level. But I don't technically see myself running a dealership. But, things are always changing.
Something in the car business they say is never
say never. That's right. And that's because that's what usually end up happening. But here's the thing. And I think he asked that because you have that stature about you, that je ne sais quoi, right? You got that, whatever that is, you have that inside you. And obviously, when we see you 5 years from now, you're going to be at a whole different level where you're at now. We're going to, I can't
have this episode to look at.
Right.
If that offer comes up and
cool.
say the exclusive, she is getting a dealership, folks.
She said, probably not, but if I had it, maybe, right? So, and I could, and she could, and she can, and she will.
And she is.
And that's not the end all. And I don't think that's the end all, win all when it comes to automotive. There's a lot of ways to be winner in this business, absolutely. Right? And I see that. I don't, I've had opportunities recently where people reaching out about owning a dealership too. I don't know if that's where I want to go at all. Like, I honestly think that I could put more time. I would have to put too much time into that, my personal time, right? I want to go help dealers grow right now. That's my passion. My passion is to go out and show people things that I know, go out, influence with the culture that we bring to people, the energy that we bring every time we go somewhere, much like you, when you guys put your social media out, it's top notch. It's good stuff. It's very real. And I love that. And that's where I like to go with my stuff, for real, even though people might not think that I'm just this excited all the time. And I am. So, but that being said, that's a great question. Thank you for bringing that up, Timothy.
Yes,
and I do, we never know. That might have predicted the future. Who knows, right? And it'd be kind of cool to say, we predicted it right here back on 11/4. Yeah, right, exactly. Right. So
you'd be amazed of what brews in the Car Guy.
There's a lot of things.
Cafe.
That's right. So we've talked about your why. We've talked about you know, what got you in this business, you know, how you got just lucky in this business, or how the business got lucky that get you in this business, I should say, right? Then we talked about people who've mentored you along the way. You've had some really good people that have influenced, and we see you turning into one of those right now, right? That's slowly where it's going. Not slowly, I should say
slowly.
fast.
She's
right.
She's a fast tracker.
It's surely where that's going, I should say, right? Then, of course, we just talked about some, like, you know, things that you had to learn about this business, some lessons such as the time it takes to do all this stuff. But I think that you understood that. But last but not least, and you know, and this question is, it's an amazing question. You know, you've had some time in this business now to really understand what has been the greatest reward for everything that you've done, all the time you put in, the people that you've met, the people that you're influencing the community. What has been your greatest reward?
My greatest reward, man. I don't think there's just one thing. My greatest reward would probably be the people that I met. Because like I was saying earlier, I didn't know any of these people. And, you know, now I'm spending my holidays with them. We're having Thanksgiving together or whatever it may be. And I truly do feel like I have a family. And that's something that's so rewarding to me. I've spent my whole life, you know, on connections with people. And that's what's led me to every job opportunity and everything that I've done through my lifetime. And I don't know. I feel like I'm only this blessed, you know, so I have so much more that's coming, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of these people that I'm surrounded by every single day. And really, I wouldn't show up to work every day if it wasn't for them. So I truly get excited to come to work because I have such a great surrounding, and all these people and friends and the family that I've made here is by far the greatest reward. You know, if I died tomorrow, I lived an excellent life, and it was because of all the people that I met. And even though the sacrifices that I made, there's people, I've only been here for 2 years, and some of these people I would trust with my life, you know, and I've learned so much, the do's and don'ts from some people, and just, they're always there. You know, if life or death situation, I'm going to call somebody that I work with because they're my family. And I wouldn't still be down here by myself, so far away from home, if it wasn't for these people. And it's been so rewarding. I mean, on top of that, just because of the people that I met here has expanded me to, you know, meeting you guys, meeting Ted, and all of these people that I got to meet at Digital Dealer, and just expand my network. And I love talking to people. It's what fills me up every single day. So adding more people to my network and getting to see everybody else's careers and their lives, and just what's influenced them and how they've made a career and had success in their lifetime, and getting to share those stories with people is amazing. And I'm truly grateful for that. And definitely the biggest reward would be my family here and all my family that's in the future.
Oh, wow. They are so blessed. That is an incredible answer. That is, I felt that from your heart. I understand where you're coming from when you say that. And right, that's right on the money. You know, they're very lucky, you know, and, you know, you talk about how it's a two, you know, I'll say it again, it's a two-way street. You're bringing energy. That's why you're reciprocating that energy. So you're giving and you're getting back what you're putting out. You're putting out love. You're putting out growth. You're putting out opportunity. You're putting out potential for people. You're putting inspiration. And that's why you're getting all that back.
I just got to jump in with this, because the inspiration that you laid out there just on these seasoned car guys, right? We've been in this business nearly 20 years, and there's plenty of people, there's people watching it that have been in this business even longer. And to see somebody that's been in this business for 2 years, right? That 2-year mark is eventually when somebody starts to get the snags and the whines and the boo-hoos and the poor me's and everything needs to fix, right? After 1 year, everybody gets their dealer's license. Everybody's ready to own a dealership, right? Second year in, everybody knows how to fix everybody else's dealership and everybody around them, and has something negative to say across the board. And I'm saying this is the majority, but then there's solutionaries. There's the good beans. There's the good people to brew with. She even says that she enjoys pouring that out there. Folks, this is the highlight of our future. This is why our future is so bright in the industry.
Yes.
Because there are incredible people just like Kara that are right now in the industry, making a difference, influencing the people around her and influencing people outside. She's all over the place, right? She is everywhere, helping other people to see things in a better light, not just to sell, not just to see different results as far as sales go, but to change the way that people even look at it from the outside in. And that is a standard setter. That is an upshifter and an uplifter. And we got to say that from this cafe, you would have to be considered 100% CGC approved. And we are coming across with it right now. We're about to give you that stamp. Bam! Boom. CGC approved. There she is, everybody. Miss Delaine.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
And I want to say a couple things really quick. For one, for people who are viewing the show, thank you for coming in. I noticed that halfway through the show, we kind of lost signal on Facebook. So I had to go through and re-stream it. So you folks may not have seen the whole episode. If you haven't, I'm going to re-stream this episode soon as we're done, back up again so you guys can watch it like it's live all over again and watch it from beginning to end. I do apologize for the break in the middle of the show. We didn't want that to happen. This was an amazing show. There was so much inspiration. You guys don't want to miss this. It's going to be out again soon. Plus, we're going to have this dropped again. But folks, I also want you to understand, 2 years in the industry at the same place, that's a big deal too. I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but 2 years at one place in automotive is a rare thing for most people nowadays. They jump around quite a bit. So I just want you guys to hear that and understand that it's 2 years, but it's 2 years of being loyal and growing the whole time and not going anywhere anytime soon, just still growing. I love that. That's awesome. So thank you for sharing that today.
Now, I just have one little bonus question for those people that are out there that are maybe going and they're getting their education.
Okay.
Right. And they're trying to figure out what it is that they can do with what it is that they're learning. What would you say to people going to college right now inside of school if they were to say, no, there's no way I'd ever be in the car business? You were there. You've been there. What would you say to Kara right now if you had the chance to look at her when she first said, yeah, I'm never getting in the car business? What would you say to them, to her?
Man,
this is a bonus extra shot, folks.
For me, I grew up in a tiny town, grew up on a farm. I raised livestock. I grew up in the middle of a cotton field.
Love it.
This was so far-fetched for me. I went to college because that was a tradition in our family. My grandfather, my father, my brother all went to the same school. And that was a box that I was ready to check off. And I blew through that in 3 years instead of 4 because I was ready to get out in the world and make some money. And I wanted to grow success, and I just had all these ambitions. But what I was lacking when I was in college was that I was trying to fit pieces together that didn't necessarily match. I really thought that I wanted to be a lawyer because that's the only thing that I thought I could do. I was getting this agriculture communications degree, and I knew I did not want to be in agriculture because not that I don't love it and not that I didn't have a passion for it, but I knew at the time there wasn't a lot of money to be made.
Sure.
So I thought, if I'm a lawyer, I'll be untouchable. And that's something that I wanted at the time. And I was like, I can do anything with a law degree. And I always thought in the back of my mind, maybe I would be in some sort of advertising, marketing type of job, but I didn't know where that would fit.
All right.
And I think, I've told some of my friends that were still in college in the last couple of years, I said, take every opportunity that you get. Yeah. Because if I wouldn't have done that, every single job opportunity I've taken, every extracurricular, whatever it may be, has helped me along the way. So don't be so closed-minded thinking that you are on this one track because you're going to college to get a certain degree. Because more times than not, you'll hear somebody got a degree and they don't use it from day to day.
Yes.
I've been grateful that I do use my degree to a certain extent here because I do still do communications type work.
Absolutely.
But my biggest advice is take every opportunity that you can. And college isn't everything, because I'm 23 and I threw out the partying, I threw out the craziness and all of this boy drama, whatever it may be, to hit it head first in a career. And I took a leap in automotive, even though I said I wasn't going to be in it very long. If you take every opportunity that comes your way, God's out there and he plans out your life, and whatever is meant to be will be. And if something's thrown your way, don't throw your hands up, because it just might be your true calling in life. And if you don't take it, you might miss out on something in life that could be extremely huge for you, that could open 1,000 more doors and meet a ton of amazing people along the way. So just take every opportunity, and you may be shocked at what comes your way.
I love that.
I love it.
Because folks, think about that. When you think of, a car business, you're thinking I'm going to sell cars. At the end of the day, that's what she helps make happen.
But it takes a lot to do that.
But it takes so many different levels of this, folks. So the opportunities are there. There's so many different ways to get in automotive. If you have a passion for it, even artists can come into automotive. I'm just saying, get into automotive. It's a great place. There's a huge uprising going on. There's a lot of people making a difference right now. We are changing automotive. We're making it better for the future, for our clients, for our people, for our employees, for our dealerships, and for the manufacturers even, because it's going to sell more cars, period. So folks, get on this gravy train, right? And have some fun with it, because it's a good time. We have some great people out there. We have women in automotive leading the way right now.
That's right.
Just like Kara Delaine. And I'm so excited that we had you here today. I'm so excited that we're going to be teaming up with you. I can't wait to come down and visit in a couple of weeks. We're going to have a great time down in Texas.
I know, I'm excited.
We're excited too. And when we're down there, we're going to have to get some content made. Obviously, we got some, they make some great content. I'd love to be part of it and do some things. But folks, thank you all for coming out and joining us. This has been an incredible show, folks. I hope you're inspired like we are. I am pumped up. It's so great to see the future of automotive in great hands like Kara's, and I'm pumped up about it. And I know that it's going to be a huge, huge, huge difference for all of us. So let's get them cats in here. Let's get all those great people. Let's get them college grads that graduate top of their class a year early, right? Let's get all them in here and say, you know what? You don't need to do that. Come into automotive and it'll change your life. It'll make a difference, and you can help change other people's lives, which is even bigger. Talk about, she says she gets filled up every day she goes in. Folks, this is what this business can do for you if you look at it through the right lenses. So thank you all.
Make sure you're around people that are consistently filling you up, just like Kara has filled you up today. And she threw an extra couple of shots in there for everybody. And I'm so excited that we have this. Please make sure that if you did get interrupted, I don't know what Facebook was going through. Maybe this was just too much awesomeness for one feed, but it's awesome that we get the chance to go back and you get to brew it a little bit more, folks, or get to sip on it some more. We are so excited that we had you here, and we can't wait to get some more cooking and booking next time that we see you in Texas. But until we do see that, we've had an incredible time with our incredible guest, Miss Kara Delaine. Delaine, I did it.
He said Delaine. We made to do the whole show. But listen,
oh my goodness,
it's all good. We all make mistakes. The biggest room in the world is room for improvement. You just forgive, you focus, you fly. But Kara, you're an amazing person. Thank you for your time once again. I know how valuable that time is. You have a great night. We'll see you soon. Folks, once again, if you want to watch this on a replay, it'll be dropping here again soon. But you can go to, if you're on LinkedIn, it ran the whole time on LinkedIn. If you're on YouTube, it ran the whole time on YouTube. Facebook, why you doing that to me, homie? So anyway, what is the new name for it now? Meta or something like that? Yeah, they changed the name. Anyway,
I don't know.
But anyway,
I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lenartz, the subprime hero.
And we're going to get this right. This has been the Car Guy Coffee Podcast, Brewing Solutions with the one, the only, Kara Delaine.
I coughed in the middle of that one, but hey, I appreciate you, folks. All you out there, love you guys. Keep it growing and don't ever stop living and loving. Let's go.
We'll see you in a minute. Stay backstage. Folks, make sure that you do connect with us. Listen to this on every platform that you can check it out on. And if you want to be brewing solutions with us, just go to carguycoffee.com and go ahead and contact us. If you want to be on the show, by all means, we want to hear what it is that you're brewing, and we want to talk about it. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Thank you, everybody that's been with us. We love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. God bless. Forgive, focus, fly, and keep growing. Talk to you later. Ow.